Hi guys, I am John Carrick, author of Legacy of a Mad Scientist and The Legend of Ashley Fox. Today we're out here looking at 100 Bullets number 95 from November of 2008. Cover by Dave Johnson, written by Brian Azzarello, illustrated by Eduardo Risso. Let's get into it. So why do you do it? Why do you try? Got no answer, just itching to fly. So the lyrics rhyme. This is Remy at a club. Remy at the club. When was the last time he was at a club? He was at this club with someone, wasn't he? I seem to remember Ronnie being there, and this was a club in his hometown, so maybe that's why he remembers it. $3. Fuck, I ain't paid that little for no beer and... Huh? I don't got no pockets. That's gotta be up there with the lamest excuses I've ever heard. So Remy's confused. Now this, I was immediately guessing what was going on. Look at that skull on the dude's shirt. That's pretty cool. I was immediately guessing what was going on in this. And then Wiley's there next to him. Check out these pants, Wiley. I ain't kidding. Get me next time. You got no answer, just itching to fly. So they're still singing. I always dug this band back in the day. Heard the singer's fucking dead, though. He is. I gotta piss. Good luck with that. Remy seems drunk. Wiley looking over his shoulder. Look at that coloring in that bottom panel. Remy's in black. You can see Wiley perfectly. You can see the bottles at the bar behind him. Look at that panel. And now for all the backgrounds they skip, that panel right there is worth it. That is well worth it. There's plenty of background in this issue. In every issue, there's plenty of background in this comic. And look at that restroom. It's filthy, right? Boredom is the reason. Someone's singing. Jim Morrison, maybe? Boredom is the reason. And Remy, standing at the urinal, Wiley suddenly appears behind him and says, "You don't got no zipper." Remy says, "Fuck." Boredom is the reason. And now the urinals are overflowing. Like Remy's really got to go, right? Fuck. 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 He's standing in it like he's really got to piss. That's that feeling, right? Boredom is the reason. And now... he wakes up, presumably really having to piss really bad, and comes to grips with his situation. Sorry, that's a lame pun, but I didn't do it deliberately. It just happened that way. Look at Summer Glau for the Terminator, Sarah Connor Chronicles. 100 Bullets, Chapter 7, Ducks, written by Brian Azzarello, illustrated by Eduardo Risso, colored by Patricia Mulville, lettered by Clem Robbins, cover by Dave Johnson, assistant editor Casey Cias, editor Will Dennis. There we go. Terminator. Sarah Connor. You're awake. I'm not happy about it. Wouldn't imagine you could be. How long? 3 days? Doctor says you're gonna be okay, Remy. Yeah? Do me a favor, Vic. When Dr. Boom Bots comes in, cut off his fucking hands so I can tell him he's gonna be okay too. This is, I know. Bad don't really sum it up. No. Bad ranks pretty much okay. So this is terrible. This is worse than terrible. This is a fate worse than death. Fringe. I watched a bit of that show. Quite a bit of it. It was actually the best thing those clowns put out. By those clowns, I mean Roberta Orsi, Alex Kurtzman, J.J. Abrams. I think their run is basically over, isn't it? They're not really working anymore. Or maybe they are. Maybe they're doing something really big that's so mainstream I've never heard of it. I could use some air. So let's get you some. Vic starts pulling his tubes out. There's one up my dick, too, if you don't mind. Oh. Nah, so Vic handles it, right? Don't mind dressing you neither. Vic knows what's coming. Where to? Hang on. 251 East Huron. Northwestern? Yeah, whatever. All I got's an address. That's the hospital. Northwestern. Ah, for crying out loud. Sorry, buddy. Somebody? My brother. I just came from a hospital, too. In Cleveland. My mother. I'm sorry again. She's gonna be okay. Just a little scare. Originally they thought it was a heart attack, but it's just angina. That's a great picture of Ronnie down there in the bottom corner, Mr. Rome. And the taxi, everything about this. Look at that. Isn't that O'Hare? I've been there a lot of times flying back home. That looks like O'Hare Airport to me. Every airport looks the same though, don't they? Kept her in though. Well, they need to make sure. She's tough, that old broad. That's good. What about your brother? I got no fucking clue. Just an address. It might not be anything. It's my brother. So at least it's a pain in the ass. Damn. So that damn is an L cut. We don't know who said that. And then there's a really good, is that Ed Brubaker? Superman? I don't know. I suppose it's probably listed right in front of me, isn't it? Adam Hughes, Jimmy Palmiotti, Darwin Cook, J.G. Jones, Jeff Johns, Jim Lee, James Robinson, and many, many more. Superman is the ultimate superhero, but he's not the best-selling comic book, never has been. Isn't that strange? I think that's strange. These things are fucking stale, Victor Ray. Come on, you know I don't smoke much. I think I've been carrying these since we was in Tahoe. No wonder it tastes dry as a mummy's dick. How about you go get a fresh Remy? We're in a goddamn hospital. I don't think they sell cigarettes in the gift shop here. And you know what? They fucking should of all the fucking places. Ain't nobody here that ain't dying for a smoke. Even those that don't. Top it off. Put in a bar. Fucking gold mine. You'd have this place paying for itself. Put the insurance companies out of business. You may be onto something there. Fucking right I am. You, want to go to a bar? Me? Nah, I'm on medication. Might get adverse reaction. Smoking and drinking. Wasn't talking about the patients. If you want to go get a bottle, though, I can wait. This type of shit is typical of my brother. Now that is Ronnie Rome in the back of the cab. Now let's not forget that the last issue, we're on a 2-issue cliffhanger here. This is some twisted storylines, right? We've got this one. It's twisted, but it's also twisted with the other one in that Eduardo Risso and Brian Azzarello are using these 2 stories really. These 2 stories to bounce issues off of each other. So before this, we had a cliffhanger. What happened after the explosion when Remy first lost his hands? Then we got a whole issue of Graves and Augustus Medici and ultimately Lono and Dizzy duking it out. And now we're back to Remy and Ronnie, but we still don't know what's happened with Dizzy. We're getting close to the end. Less than a week now. I mean, I get a call when my mom's in a fucking hospital bed from some guy I don't know saying my brother's at this address. How soon can I get here? And I need to go see him. I figure he's fucking in trouble, 'cause he always fucking is. Well, he's family. Yeah, selfish prick plays me like a Stratocaster. It's my fault, though. I shouldn't feel responsible. Like, you want to flip past, but that traffic took some work, and that Chicago skyline took some work. Maybe not a whole day of work for the skyline and for the traffic, but altogether, this page took him a whole day. And now, look, so this is kind of cool. You've got this motorcycle, and the light's blurred, And here it is in the back, and it's about to come and speed past the cab while Ronnie complains about his brother. And doesn't this guy drive just like one of those psycho little brothers? My brother's a piece of shit. I want to like him, but I can't. Still, he's your brother. You must love him. I know. I want to, but he makes it hard. The shit he pulls. But you do love him. Yeah, I do. At the same time, I hate him. I had a chance to kill him once. And here the motorcycle cuts off the cab, right? Screech! Ronnie gets pushed up against the glass. That's hilarious. That's really good. That's a nice touch. Fuck, you piece of shit. You okay? The fucking asshole. He's gonna cause a wreck. I fucking hate those fuckers. They act like they own the road. That meter says I'm the one paying for it now. Go after him. Give him a taste. I know, the way you extricated yourself from that war zone you created. So who's that talking? Another L cut down there at the bottom of the page. I gotta hand it to you. You trying to be a funny man, Victor Ray? What? Oh, poor choice of words. He's flipping a cigarette off the building. And there's another panel with the building. We had one 2 pages ago with a bunch of dead space. And I didn't mention it. I said to myself, I'm not going to complain about that. We got that awesome bathroom, that bar scene. Here we get some more traffic. Words, schmerds, I'm talking business here. Did I get the fucking job done? The job? No. You managed to ace everybody but Darcy. She finger me? Ha, now that's funny. A lot of people are worried about AI taking everyone's jobs. Some people are hoping it does. I read a thing just now, sent to me by a friend, saying that artists, that it should be written into law that they get so much paid advertising work, like for grocery stores doing those chalk windows or whatever, you know. But that's ridiculous. That's utterly ridiculous. The artists don't want to do that shit for fucking minimum wage. They want to do great work. They want to do inspired work. Everyone wants to be Banksy, getting the most response you can for the least amount of effort. It's not even really about the money most of the time. Money's nice, yes. And when you're doing art, if you're doing it for the money, you're doing it for the wrong reason. If this was done for the money, they didn't get paid what it was worth. Now, if they got some of the royalties, maybe. And that's the way you have to do it in art. You have to keep doing it until you do something that people like so much. How would that help Banksy, though? She split town. Omaha. What, up to Vermeer's? That Marone, I could take him out with both arms tied behind my back. How about you let me handle it, Remy? Sure, why not? I mean, I'll stay here and see if I can learn how to beat off with a hook. So the motorcycle, while this is happening, right? While Victor Ray and Remy are having this conversation on the rooftop of the hospital, the motorcycle is weaving through traffic, and Ronnie is grinning like a demonic rat in the back window of that cab, watching this happen. And the motorcycle wipes out. And that's it for that guy. That guy's going to be messed up. Scalped. Native American comic book. Maybe. Monthly. I hear there's some guys, like, they do it with a pillow. What? How the hell? They get on top of it. And they fuck a pillow? Yeah, more or less. No fucking thanks, Vic. That is too fucking grim. When I was a kid, I had this dog. Max. When I was a kid, I had this dog. Max, he was called. Spent his life chained up in the basement. A spaz pooch. Nobody liked him. He had a blanket, though, which he used plenty. He would hump the shit out of that thing. So much it would get crusty and stiff like a tent till it got washed every 8 months or shit. So much it would get crusty and stiff like a tent till it got washed every 8 months or so. The other thing I remember about Max, his eyes were always watery. The other thing I remember about Max, his eyes were always watery. So it was like 4 in the morning, when Vic came down and woke. So it was like 4 in the morning when Vic came down to the hospital and woke Remy up, right? Walked him out to the hospital rooftop for a cigarette. Fucking miserable. Ain't for me. Graves, he gonna show? A lot's gone down in the past 3 days, Remy. Got his hands full. You could say that. He's lost friends. A guy with no friends can't lose none, Vic. Well, once things blow over, he'll come. Come on. Come on. And the ambulance is pulling in to the parking lot down below, right? Vic and Remy both know what's up. The audience should know what's up by now. I got a pretty good idea because I wrote this character who lost his hands in a battle, and now he's back trying to deal with real life with no hands. What happens to him is a little different than this, though. You'll be taken care of. That's nothing I want to be. There are worse things. You're right. Just look at that poor fucking suck. So the guy being wheeled out of the ambulance is his brother, who was just in a car wreck in the taxi on his way to see him. Even from here, 20 fucking stories. All I see is red. He is fucked. But those fucking doctors, fucking egomaniacs, are gonna save his life. Look at Remy. Look at Vic. Man. You don't need superheroes. Is that the Jack of Hearts? The suicidal Jack? I'm not sure. I think so. But doesn't he have it? And isn't it a suicidal king? And he has it in his head? They're one-eyed Jacks and suicidal kings, right? Without even considering how fucked that life would be, I'd take care of him. I had a piece. You could hit anything at about any distance. I'll give you that. Anything. Wasn't a better shot in the crew. I don't know. Wiley had sick aim. Fuck that guy. So look at that. Did Remy shoot Wiley deliberately? Possibly. Remy might have been itching for a reason to shoot Wiley since he met him. If he was a better shot than he was. See you soon, Ma. And Ronnie, down there on the ambulance bed, being wheeled into the hospital, sees someone jumping, and we can only hope that what he sees is a silhouette because it's not lit from below, and maybe all he sees is a black form. Maybe he doesn't see the body of his handless brother falling 20 stories to his death. No background in that one, though, huh? Right? It would only take away from it. Continued. So that is that. 100 bullets, 95. 5 more. Bizarro and Beyond. Smallville. There was a Bizarro in Smallville? All right, 95, 100 bullets. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.